The aquarium was closed the other day, and now I'm not even thinking about hurricanes. I'm thinking about how hot it was outside today.
It was really hot.
Take it one step at a time. We will have time to prepare for hurricane season.
Yes.
We've got a few days before it
It's
gets
like
started.
we get hit with it all at once.
We
The
are-
heat, the
The
hurricanes.
storm chance tonight, the hurricanes. Yeah, we've got a lot going on, and there is fairly active weather in the forecast coming up for the next several days. We'll start, though, with some light sprinkles that we've seen across the area today, kind of getting in within this southwesterly flow aloft, a little bit of cloud cover, a little bit of moisture, although when we zoom in our Hammond radar, not much actually showing up on radar. So if anything, it might be a little drizzly mist rain at times. Really what we're going to be focusing on is a storm complex near Dallas. We'll talk about that in a moment. Mostly cloudy skies during the day today, as those clouds associated with some of that light rainfall really was dissipating, though, as it moved towards southeast Louisiana. Even with the increase in cloud cover, did not stop us from getting to 90 degrees today. At 86 right now, the dew point has been in the upper 70s all day long. Miserable. Heat index at its peak was 105 degrees. Right now, 100. And still in the mid upper 80s or lower 90s, such as from Gonzales to Baton Rouge. And dew points in the upper 70s or even some low 80s starting to show up on the map. That is very much a summertime feel, and the heat index is in the hundreds. At least for this weekend, we will get a reprieve from some milder temperatures, but more importantly, drier air. It's one thing to deal with 90-degree afternoons. It's another when you also couple that with the high humidity. A little bit of a breeze, but winds have not been nearly as strong as they had been over the last couple of days. So what we're watching, the possible storms far north shore late tonight. More on that in a moment. We'll still be hot during the day tomorrow, but becoming less humid. Then that dry air will be with us throughout the weekend, and then numerous rain chances on the way for next week. So let's get to it. Here's what we're going to be watching. We got the disturbance that is starting to form, or a little complex of storms between Dallas and Waco. This is the area that we're going to be watching closely, because this is on a trajectory to come right at southeast Louisiana. But depending upon exactly which model you look at will determine how far south this complex is. This model keeps most of those storms in southwest Mississippi, maybe just barely clipping the North Shore. And I'm talking northern Tangi, northern Washington Parish. This high resolution model, a little bit more refined, also shows that same complex basically in the same area with possibly the strongest winds. What it's indicating here would be a bow echo. That would be where your strongest straight line winds are. We'd still have some strong winds across the North Shore, but not nearly as strong as it would be just north of the state line. And a fairly well-defined bow echo still showing up as that system approaches the Alabama-Mississippi state line. But notice by 4 a.m., those storms are long gone. So this is not a long duration event for the North Shore, but certainly something we'll be watching very closely. You can't rule out an isolated tornado, but really the setup with that bow echo would also indicate we probably wouldn't see much tornadic activity. If anything, along that bow echo, the better chance of tornadoes would be on the northern side of it. On the southern side, you wouldn't see it, but you could see some strong winds. So the main threat overnight tonight for our farther North Shore parishes would be those straight line winds. And even though there is a level 2 and level 1 threat south of that, really not expecting any rainfall there during the overnight. Now, with that heavy rain, could see some isolated street flooding, though that's kind of secondary to the strong winds that we're expecting. Now, as we look forward into the next several days, we got these upper disturbances that are becoming more numerous as we head toward next week. And several of these upper disturbances will be kind of increasing our instability and bringing us several rainstorm chances. The exact timing of all of these systems and when we see the rainfall, very inaccurate at the moment, but what we're watching for is those rain chances picking up for Monday, so still relatively dry for Mother's Day. A wet day Monday into Tuesday, maybe a bit drier for Wednesday, and then those rain chances picking up again for Thursday. And we will be looking at higher risks of street flooding starting on Monday and likely continuing over the next several days of next week. As far as our Sunday goes, again, we are relatively dry with likely most of the rain off to our west and maybe some showers starting to develop later on Mother's Day night. But it looks like we'll stay relatively dry for our weekend. Then those numerous rain chances on the way next week.